rebirth. The Renaissance was a period between the 1300s and it ended in the 1600s. It was the change from the medieval ages of a period of overall decline to a period of new creations and great developments. People started using classical lifestyles like Greek and Roman style. During the Renaissance, people were rewarded for their own merit, and many artists were very important. An example of one of the most important artists was Titian. His date of birth is unknown, but he was born between around 1488 to 1499. He died in August 27, 1576. His real name is Titian. His parents are Gregorio and Lucia Arcelino. His dad was a military man, and he was the oldest of 4 other children. One of his brothers was also an artist. He was born in Pieve de Corts, a town at the foot of the Dolomite Mountains. This is the town where he was born, but during that time it wasn't so developed. So he moved into Venice, where he started his career. Venice was a very rich city, and there were lots of streets. So it was better. If he moved here, he would have a better life. Throughout his life, he made lots of paintings. Some were made for Pope Paul III, King Philip II, and the Holy Roman Emperor Charles. He started his career at the age of 10 in Venice. He worked with very important artists, for example, with Sebastiano Zuccato and Giovanni Bellini. He worked in many of their workshops, and he also worked as an assistant of many of their paintings. With them, he learned many of his art techniques. In 1511, he became an independent artist. He was famous around a few people because of his profile paintings and portraits. Profile paintings are paintings that are not related to religion, like this one. In 1518, he became famous. Paintings. He was one of the most versatile artists. This means that he could adapt many different art techniques and be good at all of them. He became famous because of his mythological and religious paintings. All of his art techniques, especially the use of color, influenced the Renaissance and the art of the future generations too. This is a portrait of the Venus, one of the Greek goddess, and the cross that represents religion. Some of his artworks are Christ carrying the cross, the pastoral concert, Diana and Atael, Nymph and Shepherd, and the 3 Ages of Man. If you can see, all of them have very detailed use of color, and all of them are very detailed, and most of them have a person on it. Now I'm going to talk to you about 2 of the most important. The first one is the Assumption of the Virgin. It was his first famous painting. It was made for the Santa Maria Gloriosa Basilica in Venice, and it is located in northern Italy. This is the largest oil painting made during the Renaissance. It was started in 1516 and it was finished in 1518. When he finished it, he became famous. This is a painting that contrasts the difference between heaven and earth. You can see that on the top there is the Virgin Mary with angels around her, and in the bottom there are many apostles praying for her and honoring her. You can also see God on the top. The second one is Allegory of Prudence, that it was started in 1565 and it was finished in 1570, 6 years before he died. Now you can find it in the National Gallery in London. This represents the 3 ages of life. It also symbolizes memories, intelligence, and foresight. On the right of the portrait, you can see a self-portrait of Titian, and it represents an old person and past. On the center, you can see his son, that it represents maturity and present, and on the left, you can see his cousin that represents youth and future. Below the three faces, there are three animals, a wolf, a lion, and a dog that all represent prudence. During the Renaissance, art was very appreciated. Titian was one of the most famous and influential artists of this period. A painter that is as good as he is very hard to find now. Thank you. Oh no, this is my biography.